So in closing, we knew when we chose Omaha as the next destination that some would raise eyebrows and questions. Many did, including some of my good friends here in the audience when we began to announce Omaha. As a matter of fact, just since I've been out here on this trip, people have been trying to reach me, and I tell them we're on our annual trip for the Chamber of Commerce to Omaha, and I'll just read two of the text messages. One reply was, "And you chose Omaha? Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark." And then a second one yesterday was, "And Omaha was the best that you all could do?" And I'm sure that even some of you had family and friends who said what I would capture comments of Oma who, Oma what, Oma why. And so we knew we had to get information out early to show that for you to trust that the committee had indeed picked the right city for our visit this year. And we were humbled at your response when over 190 of you said, yes, we will go and support this trip. So on day one, the session with Mayor Sutter was titled Oma Who. And I hope that the who was at a minimum answered yesterday when our guests included representatives from Kiewit, Mutual of Omaha, Conagra, First National Bank, Union Pacific, and Gallup. Some said, Oma what? And I hope the what was answered when you heard about the philanthropy efforts and the culture of giving and the annual summit for young professionals, the Old Market District, the residential development, the mixed-use developments, and the CenturyLink Center across the street. And finally, many said, Oma why? And I could make the case that what we have seen and heard has given us so many ideas on what we can take back to improve the Bluegrass region. I could make the case that the fact that all of you took 3 days away from the hustle and bustle of life back home in itself has created dialogue and partnerships that will benefit us personally, professionally, and the community in which we live. We have seen a lot of similarities between Lexington and Omaha in terms of economic statistics, its low cost of doing business, the regional connection between Lincoln and Omaha, and an attraction to global companies. Yes, Omaha has its challenges too. And in many ways, the leadership visits give us a chance to pat ourselves on the back, to say, hey, we're doing some good things in many areas. And we have something that the destination cities should come to Lexington and learn. And when those on the corporate and young professional panels were up here yesterday, when each of them exited the stage, they all said to me that they were amazed that how we in the Bluegrass region could put together 190 people representing a regional effort of education, business, and government leaders to come out here together to do this type of trip. But the ultimate answer to why Omaha must come from you. What key ingredients did you identify? Did you accomplish those, as the numbers said today, here on the trip? Will you go home and continue to pursue those goals? And most importantly, what do you and I, what do we do with what we have learned and the relationships we have developed to improve the Bluegrass region? Well, as Lynn Zigabin said, a simple thanks goes a long way. So I thank all of you for taking time away from your jobs and families and joining us today and trusting the committee that picked Omaha as the destination. We want to also again thank Chase, J.P. Morgan for their continued investment in this event. I want to thank and recognize again our Urban Council and our Board of Education leaders, and Steve Angelucci, with the president of Lexington Catholic. Could you all stand one more time today? If you'll stand for me. And I keep doing that, and it was confirmed even from what we heard, because one of the emphasis in 2013 is that it is important for our city and our business community to work together. It is important for our city and our education community to work together to educate our children. And this is how we will move the Bluegrass region forward. And it's not just working on a local level, but we need our urban council, we need our education leaders, we need the business community and the nonprofit working together regionally. And that's why it's important that State Senator Brandon Smith came with us today as well. So I applaud you one more time for joining us today. And finally, please join me in thanking Bob Quick and his leadership and this wonderful, amazing staff and team that we have at Commerce Lexington. Truly, without them, none of this would be possible today. And with that, let's go home to the Bluegrass. Thank you.